I'm a late N, was considered a late N baby boomer. And my mother chose for us to be here in the city, and I went to a racially integrated high school, junior, senior high, 40% African American. I think this whole line where people don't understand their connection to racism and their connection to institutional racism, this is just my thought, I don't have any evidence or proof of this, is the result of people taking themselves out and away from black people into the suburbs, into the exurbs, and just, you know, no more investigation of this question. And I don't know what's happened in public education since I left public education. I don't know if these things are covered in the schools or anything like that. I just don't know. But it seems like there's a whole group of young people that are just unaware of what's happened and unaware of the privilege that they experience, and in some cases the racism that they experience. And it's kind of maybe part and parcel, I don't know. Now I'm going in a slightly different direction. So my first idea is it has to do with racial isolation.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another trend, you know, where young people of white and people of color are growing up together,
Mm-hmm.
but still without a sense of history and without a sense of what's gone on before. That seems to minimize all of these behaviors, or it seems to legitimize all of these behaviors somehow in a way that's very confusing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Very confusing. And I mean, it offends me, but I'm not really sure how I would enter into that discussion with people who are making these choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one more lane switch, and then I'll let you go in
Mm-hmm.
terms of whatever you want to say.
All right.
We can do that. So I'm also doing a piece on equality versus equity.
Okay.
And so, what do you? First of all, tell us what your definition is between those two. I mean, how do you define equity and how do you define equality?
Oh, I should have a, off the top of my head definition for equity, which would be the policy links definition, which I don't have at the top of my head. But the difference for me between equality and equity is that we're all equal. I'm of equal value as you, as a woman. Equal value as you as a man versus me being a woman. Or equal value, I'm a person who's identified as white, and you are a person who's identified as black or African American. We're of equal value. Equity to me is about systems and whether or not the systems deliver the same rights and privileges of the U.S. citizenship to you as they do to me, or to me as they do to a man. So equity is about how a system operates. And then the other thing about equity, I mean, you're just catching me, here on an afternoon, a holiday afternoon, but equity is also, fairness people think is, equality seems to be tied to an idea about fairness, and fairness seems to be an idea that everybody's treated the same.